Welcome to Lisplore, which stands for Listen, Learn, and Explore, where you sharpen your English listening skills while discovering new ideas, expanding your knowledge, and diving into fascinating what-if scenarios. If you find our content helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your support keeps us going. Stay curious, stay sharp, and keep learning. Thank you. Disclaimer: this video is made just for English listening practice and entertainment. Some parts might be inspired by real events, but we don't guarantee their accuracy. So grab your headphones, relax, and enjoy it as a fun way to level up your English with a little entertainment on the side. Now, let's get started with today's episode. What if the sun disappears forever, eternal darkness, or a new beginning? Part 1, the moment the sun vanishes. Imagine this. One day, you wake up, stretch your arms, and look outside. But something feels wrong. The sky is not blue, it is black, pitch black. There is no sunrise, no morning light, only endless darkness. The sun is gone, forever. At first, people may think, is it an eclipse? Maybe the sun will come back soon. But hours pass, then a whole day, yet no sign of the sun. The fear begins to spread. People start looking for answers. Scientists are shocked. They never expected this to happen because the sun cannot just disappear like this, right? But the truth is in front of them. There is no more sun. What happens next? What will the Earth do without its biggest source of energy? Confusion and panic everywhere. In the first 24 hours, people are still hopeful. They think, maybe this is just a temporary problem. Maybe the sun will come back soon. But as time passes, the truth starts to sink in. The sun is really gone. Cities light up with streetlights, car headlights, and building lights, but no artificial light can replace the real sun. The sky remains completely dark. Even at noon, it looks like the middle of the night. Some people panic. They rush to buy food, water, and warm clothes. Stores are full of people fighting over supplies. Others pray, hoping for a miracle. But science has no answer. Without the sun, the Earth's temperature begins to drop. At first, it's slow, but soon people start feeling colder than usual. Governments, scientists, and world leaders hold emergency meetings. What should they do now? Part 3, the cold begins. Earth turns into an ice world. After a few days without the sun, the real danger begins. The Earth starts to freeze. You see, the sun is not just a light in the sky. It is a heater for our planet. Without it, the temperature drops. In 1 week, the Earth's temperature falls below 0 degrees. Rivers begin to freeze. Lakes turn into ice sheets. The wind feels like knives cutting your skin. Homes, offices, and schools can no longer stay warm without strong heaters. But electricity is running out because power stations also need sunlight and fuel. Animals start dying. Birds disappear from the sky. Plants begin to die because they need sunlight to live. People hide inside their homes, wearing layers and layers of clothes. But how long can they survive like this? The Earth that was once full of colors, blue sky, green trees, warm air, now looks like a dead, frozen world. And still, there is no sign of the sun. The food crisis. What will people eat? Without the sun, plants cannot make food. This means all farms stop growing crops. No more rice, wheat, or vegetables. No more fruits or fresh herbs. Farmers try to grow food with artificial lights, but it is not enough. Grocery stores run out of fresh food within days. People fight for whatever is left. Meat and dairy products also disappear fast. Why? Because animals are dying too. Without sunlight and warmth, cows, chickens, and other farm animals cannot survive for long. Governments try to distribute food, but there is not enough for everyone. People start hoarding whatever they can find. Some even steal food in desperation. Scientists work hard to create new ways of growing food in underground labs, but it will take time. Can humanity survive until then? The biggest question now is, how long before we run out of food completely? Part 5. No sun, no oxygen. Can we still breathe? Food is not the only problem. There is something even more terrifying: oxygen. Most of the oxygen we breathe comes from plants and tiny ocean organisms called phytoplankton. And guess what? They need sunlight to survive. Without the sun, these plants and ocean creatures start dying, slowly at first, but after a few weeks, the oxygen level begins to drop. People don't notice it at first, but soon, breathing becomes harder. Taking a deep breath doesn't feel the same anymore. In high places like mountains, oxygen disappears even faster. Birds drop from the sky because they can't breathe. The world starts to feel like a slow suffocation. Scientists warn, if this continues, we might run out of oxygen completely. Is there any way to stop this nightmare? Can humanity find a way to survive without the sun? Part 6, The Oceans Freeze, a new ice age begins. The sun was the only thing keeping our oceans liquid, but now, with no heat, the water starts turning into ice. At first, only the surface freezes, but as weeks pass, the ice goes deeper and deeper. After a few months, the oceans become giant blocks of ice. No more waves, no more flowing water, just an endless frozen desert. This is a disaster for marine life. Fish, whales, dolphins, all trapped under the ice. Most of them freeze to death or suffocate because there is no oxygen left in the water. The Earth is changing rapidly. It is no longer a planet of life, but a world of cold and silence. Scientists look for solutions, but nothing seems to work. The planet is dying faster than they expected. Is this the end of Earth as we know it? Or is there still hope somewhere? Part 7. Cities Collapse. The last days of civilization. With extreme cold, no food, and less oxygen, people are struggling to survive. But now another disaster begins. Cities start to collapse. Why? Because most buildings, bridges, and roads were never designed for such freezing temperatures. Pipes burst as water inside them turns to ice. Roads crack and break apart. Electricity grids fail because power plants cannot function properly. Communication systems shut down. No internet, no phone signals. People are completely cut off from each other. Hospitals run out of medicine and heating. Governments lose control. Law and order disappear. The world is no longer the same. Big cities, once full of life and lights, now look like frozen graveyards. Only small groups of survivors remain, trying to find shelter and food. Is there any way for humanity to fight back against this endless night? Or is this truly the end? Part 8. Underground Survival, the Last Hope for Humanity. As the surface of the Earth becomes unlivable, people look for the only place to survive. Underground. Governments and scientists start building massive underground cities, deep below the frozen ground. These places have artificial lights, controlled temperatures, and oxygen systems to keep people alive. Only a small part of the population can move there. The rest are left to fight for survival on the icy surface. Inside these underground cities, life is different. People live in small rooms, eat synthetic food, and follow strict rules to conserve energy and air. No one knows if they can ever return to the surface. Will the Earth ever be warm again? Or is this how humans will live forever? Part 9. The Search for a New Sun, a Mission to the Stars. Living underground is not a permanent solution. People know that if they stay on Earth, they might not survive for long. So scientists come up with a bold plan: find a new sun. They start working on 2 ideas. 1, leaving Earth, build massive spaceships, and search for a new planet near another star, a place where humans can live again. 2, creating an artificial sun, a powerful energy source that can replace the sun and bring back warmth and light to Earth. Both ideas are risky, but there is no other choice. The biggest question now is, can they succeed before it's too late? Part 10. The Space Exodus. Humanity leaves Earth. Time is running out, Earth is becoming colder, food supplies are running low, and oxygen is disappearing fast. The only hope left is to leave Earth and find a new home. Scientists and engineers work day and night to build massive spaceships, not just small ones, but ships big enough to carry thousands, maybe millions of people to another planet. But there is a problem. Not everyone can go. There are too many people and too few ships. Who will be chosen to leave, and who will be left behind? Fights break out. Governments try to control the situation, but chaos spreads. The day finally comes. The first ships take off, heading toward distant stars, hoping to find a new home. But will they make it, or are they heading into even more danger? Part 11. A Journey into the Unknown, Hope or Doom. The spaceships leave Earth, carrying the last hope of humanity. But space is vast, dark, and full of dangers. People inside the ships feel both excitement and fear. They have escaped the freezing Earth, but where will they go now? Scientists have chosen a distant star, one that might have a planet like Earth, but it is light years away. Even with the fastest ships, the journey could take decades or centuries. Inside the ships, life is strict. Food is rationed, oxygen is carefully managed, people live in small spaces, waiting, hoping. But will they find a new home before supplies run out? And what about Earth? Is it truly doomed forever? Or does some hidden hope still remain on the frozen planet? Part 12, Earth's Last Secret, A New Light in the Darkness. While most of humanity has left Earth, a few people remain behind. Scientists, researchers, and those who refuse to leave. They continue searching for a way to bring warmth back to Earth. And then one day, they discover something incredible. Deep inside the Earth, near its core, there is a hidden energy source, something powerful enough to replace the sun's heat. They call it geothermal fusion. If they can control it, they might be able to warm the planet from the inside out. Excitement spreads among the last survivors. Maybe Earth isn't doomed after all. But can they succeed before it's too late? Before the entire planet becomes a frozen wasteland forever? Part 13, The Race Against Time? Can Earth be saved? The scientists work day and night testing their new discovery. If geothermal fusion works, it could create enough heat to warm the planet and bring life back. But there are challenges. The energy is unstable. If they make a mistake, it could cause earthquakes, volcanoes, or even destroy what's left of Earth. Meanwhile, the underground cities are struggling. Food is running out. Oxygen levels are dropping. If the plan doesn't work soon, everyone left on Earth will die. The world watches as the final experiment begins. Will it work? Or will Earth be lost forever? Part 14, A New Dawn or the Final End? The scientists activate the geothermal fusion reactor, and everyone holds their breath. For a moment, nothing happens. The Earth remains frozen, silent, hopeless. Then, boom! A deep rumble shakes the planet. Heat begins to rise from beneath the ground. Ice starts melting. The air slowly warms up. It's working. Earth is coming back to life. The underground survivors feel warmth for the first time in months. The last remaining plants start growing again. Oxygen levels begin to rise. But is it enough? Can this new energy truly replace the sun forever? Or is this just a temporary hope before another disaster strikes? Part 15, The Return of Life? Can Earth be reborn? Days pass, then weeks, and the warmth continues to spread. The frozen oceans begin to crack, rivers start flowing again, some animals even return from deep underground, where they had been hiding. The people who stayed on Earth step out of their underground cities for the first time in months. They feel the warmth on their skin, they breathe fresh air, they see hope again. But Earth is not the same as before. Without the sun, the sky remains dark. The stars shine brightly, but there is no daylight. People must live under artificial lights forever. Still, they have survived, and now they must rebuild their world from the ashes of the frozen wasteland. But what about those who left Earth? Will they ever return? Do they even know that their home is alive again? Part 16, The Lost Travelers, Will They Ever Return? Far away, deep in space, the humans who left Earth are still searching for a new home. They do not know that Earth has been saved. Their journey has been long, years have passed, food supplies are getting low, some ships have lost contact. Many people begin to lose hope. They wonder if they will ever find a planet to live on. Then, one day, a signal comes through the radios. A message from Earth. Earth is alive. The planet is warm again. You can come home. Shock spreads through the ships. Some cry with happiness. Some don't believe it. But one thing is clear. They must decide. Keep searching for a new home or turn back and return to Earth. What will they choose? Part 17. The Journey Back? A Risky Decision. The spaceship captains hold an urgent meeting. Should they return to Earth or keep searching for a new planet? Some say, Earth may not be stable. What if it freezes again? Others argue, but it's our home. We must go back. After long debates, they make a final decision. They will return to Earth. The ships turn around and begin the long journey back, but space is dangerous. They must survive asteroid fields, radiation, and possible system failures. Will they make it back safely? And when they arrive, will Earth truly be livable again? Part 18, The Homecoming? A new beginning or another disaster? After years in space, the ships finally reach Earth's orbit. But what they see is shocking. The planet looks different. The ice is gone, But there is no bright sun, only a dim, glowing world powered by artificial energy. People feel both joy and fear. They have returned, but is this the same home they left behind? Slowly, the ships begin their descent. The doors open. The first humans step onto Earth again. Tears fill their eyes. They breathe the fresh air, feel the warmth, but is this truly a place they can live in again? Or has Earth changed too much forever? Part 19, A Divided Humanity. Stay or leave again. As the returning humans explore Earth, they realize something shocking. It's not the same home they once knew. The sky is always dark. The days and nights no longer exist as before. The world is lit only by artificial lights. Some people feel uneasy. This isn't real life. We should go back to space and keep searching for a true home. But others argue, Earth is warm again? We can rebuild our world. A great debate begins. Should humanity stay and adapt, or leave and start fresh somewhere else? A new chapter of human history is about to begin, but which path will they choose? Part 20, The Final Choice? A new era begins. After long debates, humanity reaches a decision. Some will stay on Earth, and some will leave again. Those who stay will rebuild civilization in this new, sunless world. They will use technology to grow food, create artificial light, and start fresh. But those who leave will continue searching for a planet with a real sun, a place where life can thrive naturally. Tears are shed as families and friends say goodbye. Some step onto spaceships, heading toward the unknown. Others remain, ready to shape a new Earth. This is the beginning of a new era for humanity. Two paths, two futures. Which one is right? Only time will tell. The end or a new beginning. Part 21, The Solar System Without the Sun. A dark and frozen graveyard. The sun was not just a source of light, it was the heart of the solar system. Without it, everything changes. Mercury and Venus, these planets were once burning hot, but now they freeze. Mercury, closest to the sun, turns into an ice-covered rock. Venus, which had a thick, poisonous atmosphere, becomes a frozen wasteland where even the strongest storms stop moving. Mars was already cold, but now it becomes even worse. Any hopes of humans living there disappear forever. Its thin atmosphere can no longer hold even a little warmth. Jupiter and Saturn. These gas giants stay mostly the same, but their moons, some of which had oceans, become completely frozen. Places like Europa and Enceladus, which may have had life, become lifeless ice worlds. Uranus and Neptune. These distant planets were already freezing, but now their atmospheres start collapsing. The strong winds stop, and they become silent, dead planets. Pluto and beyond. Even the farthest objects in the solar system become darker and colder. The entire solar system turns into a frozen, lifeless place, drifting through the universe without its guiding star. Earth is the only place where warmth remains, for now. But for how long? Part 22, The First to Die, The Fall of Tiny Life. When the sun disappears, the first living things to die are the smallest ones, plants and trees. Without sunlight, photosynthesis stops. Plants can't make food anymore. Leaves turn brown, then black, then fall to the ground like ashes. The forests become lifeless skeletons. Plankton in the ocean. These tiny creatures are the base of the food chain in the sea. But without light, they die first. And when they go, the entire ocean begins to starve. Insects. Many insects depend on plants for survival. When plants die, most insects vanish too. Bees, butterflies, and ants disappear quickly. With no plants, no plankton, and no insects, the world begins to collapse faster than anyone expected. How bigger animals start to die, Part 23. The death of the animals. Who survives the longest? As plants and small creatures vanish, the animals that depend on them begin to starve. Who goes first and who lasts the longest? Herbivores, plant-eating animals, first to fall. Deer, rabbits, cows, and elephants rely on plants. With no food, they grow weak and die within weeks. Omnivores, animals that eat plants and meat, survive a little longer. Bears, raccoons, and some birds can eat anything, so they last longer. But as food supplies run out, they also begin to starve. Carnivores, meat eaters, the last survivors. Wolves, lions, and tigers feast on the dying herbivores. But once all plant eaters are gone, they turn on each other. In the end, even the strongest predators fall. Deep sea creatures, the hidden survivors. In the deep ocean, some creatures don't rely on sunlight. They live near volcanic vents on the ocean floor, using Earth's heat to survive. These may be the last living beings on the planet. But for how long? As Earth grows colder and oxygen levels drop, even the deep-sea creatures face extinction. Part 24. The Final Breath, the End of All Life. As time passes, even the strongest creatures begin to fall. Earth is no longer a home, it is a graveyard. Birds drop from the sky. Without food and warmth, they can no longer fly. Their wings freeze and they fall like leaves in the wind. The last predators starve. With no prey left, wolves, tigers, and even scavengers like hyenas collapse from hunger. The deep-sea survivors fade away. The volcanic vents at the ocean floor still provide heat, but even they begin to cool over time. The last creatures of the deep take their final breath and vanish forever. At last, Earth falls silent. No movement, no sound. Just a frozen world covered in ice and darkness. For the first time in billions of years, Earth is completely lifeless. No plants, no animals, no humans. Just a cold, empty planet floating through space like all the others. What happens next to Earth? Does it stay dead forever, or could life return someday? What are your thoughts? This was a dark and chilling journey, imagining a world where the sun disappears forever. From the death of tiny plants to the last breath of the biggest creatures, to the frozen silence that follows. But now, I want to hear from you. Do you think humanity could survive in space, or would they be lost forever? Could Earth ever come back to life with future technology, or is this truly the end? What would be the scariest part of living in a world without the sun? Comment below and share your thoughts. Let's discuss this together. Would you be a survivor, or would you be the last to fall? Thanks for listening. If you like this episode, hit the like button and subscribe. It really helps us make more videos and grow the channel. And don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss any upcoming interesting episodes. Stay curious. See you in the next one.